Ladies and gentlemen from all parts of Africa, my name is Lucas Oli Masaka, presenter of Swahili African Tour Adventure. I'm very grateful to be here at Baobao Studio in South Africa. And I'm very grateful that today I have met with my wonderful brother, a person who got a big heart about Africa. That's my great brother who got a big heart about Africa. And I'm very grateful that I met with him today. And he get a lot to share with you guys, but himself, he can introduce himself and tell us what he's been doing and what is his heart and what his wish about Africa. That is my brother.
Yeah, my name is Brighton Douglas Dove, the admin of African Fund Legendary Directing. Nice to meet my brother here.
Asante sana.
Yeah, nice to meet you, brother.
Asante sana.
Okay, at African Fund Legendary Directing, we are trying to awaken people from the colonization that has been happening in Africa. We are talking to the people, Africans from diaspora, because our experiences are the same. Even out of our borders, the experiences are the same. We also remind the people that they should focus in the ground of Africa rather than outside, because all the riches and the minerals are in here. So I'm very grateful to be part of Swahili African Tour Adventure. Sure. So now I would like brothers and sisters from all of my platforms and his platforms to know and understand the question that I'm going to ask him. The question is like, what's Swahili African Tour Adventure is all about, brother? You can tell the people.
Yeah, brother Douglas, first of all, asante sana. Asante sana. Nimefurahi sana kukutana na wewe, and I'm very grateful that you got a heart about Africa.
Thank you, brother.
And I'm really appreciate that. Thank you very much for showing up to Swahili African Tour Adventure Show. Thank you for your question. Swahili African Tour Adventure Show, this is a program whereby we are trying to bring all African together and use the Swahili African Tour Adventure Show as a platform whereby African we can share and we can expose what is happening in Africa. Let's say in terms of culturally, in terms of trade, in terms of hospitality, in a different ways.
Okay.
But Swahili Africa Tour Adventure, it is a program which is going to bring all of us together. And why Swahili? Because Swahili, it is only the platform which culturally can connect us together as an African. And what we are doing in African Tour, Swahili African Tour Adventure Show, we are trying to expose opportunities, business opportunities, or trade in Africa, tourism, cultural integration, and so on. For example, like how I have said, that Swahili Africa Tour Adventure Show is a program whereby we are trying to expose opportunity in Africa in terms of trade, in terms of culture, in terms of trade, culture, tourism, hospitality, and all that. For example, let's say you're from Ghana or from Nigeria or from South Africa. We know that South Africa, for example, when you go to shops, the rice which are used in South Africa is coming from Bangladesh and Pakistan. You get the point?
Yeah, I get it.
But we get a country like Tanzania, which are producing a bigger quantity of rice. So instead of maybe South Africa ordering a rice from Mexico, why can't they order rice from Tanzania? Instead of Tanzania ordering a wine maybe from Brazil, why can't Tanzania order a wine from South Africa? You get the point?
Yeah, I get the point, yeah.
For example, I've been to Ethiopia. Ethiopia, they use a food called anjera. Anjera, that's rice, is a flour which are made through rice.
Okay.
Instead of Ethiopia ordering a rice from Brazil or from Argentina, they can order rice from Madagascar.
Yes.
You get the point?
Yeah, you get the point. Yeah.
Instead of Madagascar ordering coffee from Brazil or from Argentina or from Bahamas, they can order that coffee from Ethiopia.
Yeah, for sure.
You get the point?
I get the point.
So, Swahili African Tour Adventure Show, we are trying to expose to Africa the opportunity which is in Africa. But why we use Kiswahili? We use Kiswahili because Kiswahili, it is the only language and it is only cultural Bantu which can accommodate us together and can bring us together. But Kiswahili, Swahili African Tour Adventure Show is a platform whereby it's giving a space to all Africa to share and to expose and tell people, like you from South Africa or you from Nigeria, from Ghana, you're telling people what your country can offer. You get the point?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I get the point, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, brother. We hear that. As you can hear, people, the brother is trying to break everything down for you. Now we are grateful that at least we have got a platform like Kiswahili Africa Adventure Show to put everything together. So now I would like to ask my brother another question. Why is this so important? Why Kiswahili African Adventure is so important, or Kiswahili as it is as a language? Why is it so important to Africans than English, Portuguese, or French, or some other languages?
Thank you very much, Brother Brighton, for your question. Why Swahili is very important rather than other languages? Because Kiswahili is a Bantu language. Kiswahili, it is the only language which can be owned by African. For example, let me give you an example. We have some brothers and sisters and some countries which speak French, but the truth is they speak French, but culturally, they're not French. They speak Portuguese as a language, but culturally, they're not Portuguese. But Kiswahili, even if these people from those nations which are speaking Portuguese, speaking French, whatever, they speak those languages, but culturally, they fit in Kiswahili because Kiswahili itself is a Bantu language. You get the point?
Yeah, I get the point.
And Kiswahili, it is the only language which has managed to copy a piece of languages from different languages in Africa and formed one language which called Kiswahili. So why Swahili is very important? Because Kiswahili is the only language which can be owned by African, and is the only language which can accommodate African, and is the only language which culturally is a Bantu, and is the only language which culturally is an African thing.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I heard you well.
Asante sana.
As you can hear, you heard him. You said it's all about culture. It's all about owning our own, not importing language from outside. Especially if you can see the French language, Portuguese, they're all colonial languages. So what he's trying to say is that we should use our own language, which is our culture. So my brother, apart from Swahili being the language that I've been talking in several African countries, how can Kiswahili unite Africa? On your opinion.
Thank you very much. How Kiswahili can unite Africa, as I have said for my previous discussion or my previous answer, if Kiswahili culturally we are Bantu, Bantu we share a lot.
Okay, I'm asking another question again. As Kiswahili is a language that you say it can unite Africa, what do you think the Kiswahili language can unite all the countries together?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think the way Kiswahili can, as I have said, like Kiswahili is a Bantu culture, and there are a lot of similarity of words. Wherever you go in Africa, let's say from South Africa, from Malawi, from Zambia, from Congo, all those countries, even in the north, there are a lot of, even if you go to Tunis, I've been to Tunis, but Tunis they speak Arab, but there are a lot of words from Arab to Kiswahili. So the way to promote Kiswahili, one is as us as an African, to love it and to understand that is the only language. To understand that that's the only language which can own, because even if you speak French from every coast, from Mali, from Senegal, you can speak French, but French culturally is not a Bantu language. You get the point?
Yeah, I get the point.
But in Kiswahili, even if you don't speak Kiswahili, but culturally you are Bantu, you're already fit in Kiswahili. So how can we promote it? One is the leadership of those countries, is at least if we can introduce Kiswahili in our education system. But apart from that, we are on the final stage to create a database whereby we can offer Kiswahili online. Someone can be in Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, Ivory Coast, Madagascar, Singapore, America, because Kiswahili, that is a Bantu. And we have also our brothers from America and from UK, whom actually they were taken those days. You love Africa, and I know you know what I'm saying.
For sure.
Yeah, whom actually can feel like, okay, we want now to feel like we going back to the continent, but they cannot come back to the continent if there is no language which can accommodate them. You get the point?
I get the point.
So the only language which can accommodate them is Kiswahili.
Yeah.
So we are on a last stage of preparing a database whereby we will be offering Kiswahili teaching online through Zoom.
Okay, thanks for the answer, my brother. As you can hear, people, we still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
We just have to focus on our African countries, like Africa as well.
Yeah.
All of us, we have to come together, and then you should follow my brother, as you heard him saying, that is going to offer some of online teaching of Kiswahili, so that we can have the language of our own. It's very exciting. So, my brother, I'm asking you another question.
Yeah.
Apart from promoting Kiswahili language in Africa, what other things do you do to unite Africa?
All right. Thank you very much, Brother Brighton. What the other thing which I do in the show of Swahili Africa Tour Adventure Show, we are trying to promote or to emphasize the business among Africans.
Okay.
Because if we can trade among African, let me ask you a question. Africa, are we consumer or are we producer? For example, this T-shirt, okay? Does it was produced in Africa, or it was
imported in Africa?
Imported in Africa. Then people, they print, they do everything. You get the point?
Yeah, exactly.
So in Kiswahili, a Swahili African Tour Adventure Show, what we are trying to do, we are trying to open up and tell people the opportunities and how we can trade ourselves, instead of maybe importing things from other part of the continent. We can trade ourselves. For example, some of the country, they are farming cotton and whatever. You get the point? If we have a factory, okay, which can process cotton, and at the end of the day, they can make a clothes. That is where we have to be.
Yeah, because in Africa we all like almost actually
so
we have all the things that we need in Africa.
So we are trying to promote a business in Africa. We have to trade ourselves. We have to, like, for example, instead of person buying a ticket and going to visit Dubai, why can't he come to Tanzania? We go Zanzibar, we go Serengeti National Park, we go to Rubondo Island, we go to Ngorongoro Crater, we go to Kitulo National Park, which actually is 400 kilometers, which covered by flower. You get the point?
Yeah, I get the point, brother.
Why that person cannot come there? Now, why somebody from Tunis cannot buy a ticket on December and visit South Africa. You have a Table Mountain.
Yeah, we have a Table Mountain.
Kruger National Park. And even if you come to Limpopo, still there are other places which is very convenient to accommodate you and feel like you're at home.
In Zimbabwe,
even Zimbabwe, waterfall. Waterfall in Zimbabwe and Zambia. So what we do in our program or in our show is not only about language. We are trying to open up the opportunities which are available in those countries. Like maybe you're from South Africa, you're from Mozambique, whatever the person you come from,
yes.
you know, you have to share to the audience like what your country can offer.
For sure.
You get the point? Instead of us thinking mentality like the best place to be is only Europe, is only Dubai, why not in Africa?
I think we have to fix the thinking there.
You get the point?
Yeah, thank you for the answer. Yeah, okay, as you can see, brother here is talking about actually we have to love our own Africa. Instead of going to Dubai to buy for groceries or for shopping and whatsoever, you should go to Africa. There's a lot of interesting places in Africa that you can visit on. So I think it's a good idea. We have a lot of work to do, but I think it's a simple thing. In Africa, it's not expensive like going to Dubai. There's a lot of places that you can enjoy here in Africa. So my brother, I have another question for you.
Yeah.
Which leader in Africa that influenced you to start Swahili African Adventure Show?
Wow. Thank you very much for your question. Wow, I get a lot of leaders.
You can name them.
No, let me start with Julius Nyerere.
Julius Nyerere, yeah.
Kwame Nkrumah. Kenneth Kaunda. Patrice Lumumba. Steve Biko. And there is
Chris Hani.
Chris Hani
also, yeah.
Chris Hani from South Africa. And Robert Mugabe.
Yes.
Jomo Kenyatta.
Yes.
But the last one, because now we're in another generation.
Yeah, we're another generation. This is the third generation.
Yeah, this is I can say, let me start with Paul Kagame. I love that guy.
Paul Kagame from Rwanda. Of the Rwanda.
Because you know Rwanda, they were in genocide almost, I don't know how many years.
Yeah,
but,
for a long period of time.
Yeah, many people was lost there as an African. But the last one, when I say this, let me stand. And I have to pay my contribution. Like, that is Johnny Pombe Magufuli. His soul he may rest in peace.
Now the great man indeed. Man indeed, yes.
He may, let us stand, my brother. Okay. For him to pay our contribution.
Yes.
Because that guy for 6 years, being a leader of Tanzania, he has transformed that country.
So,
and
yes.
Salute.
Yeah,
rest in peace. Rest in peace, Magufuli.
May his soul rest in peace.
Yeah. You get the point.
But actually, they said we didn't lose. His spirit in our African tradition, they said death is not the end. His spirit is still alive with us.
Yeah,
that's why we're here talking about it.
Yeah, you know, I wish from the bottom line of my heart.
Yes.
I wish, you know, like for example, there are many Africans running away from Africa, crossing the Red Sea. Most of them they've been died. I've been to Europe. I've been to Israel, I've been to many countries in Europe.
Yes, yeah.
You get the point. But I have to be honest with you. There is no continent like Africa. Why?
There's no rich place like an Africa.
Because we got everything.
Yes.
But we fail one thing. If we can have 6 or 4 or 5 or 3 leaders who follow the footage of Magufuli and Paul Kagame, there is nobody, my brother, who can go out of Africa.
For sure, yeah, that's for sure. I think also the colonization, as you can see, that we are under.
No, you know what, my brother? It's not about talking about colonization. Why? Because if you go to most of the African continent, most of the African countries, okay, some they are in They are the dependent democratic country from 15 years, 40 years. I think the last country is South Africa. I think they are in 27 years or going to 30 years.
Of democracy. I think it's 27. Yeah, in 27.
27.
Years. Yeah. Sure.
You get the point?
Yes.
Can you blame somebody for 50 years? Does it make sense?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but you know, it's supposed to be.
So the point is Africa themselves first you have to love yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
And have patience to your people.
For sure.
You get the point?
Yes.
Like Magufuli, he came in power for Tanzania only for 6 years. But I can tell you, for 6 years, for what he has done in that country, my brother, it's like he been there for 50 years.
But what I'm saying.
So let's say if we have a leaders like 4 in Africa, now we are having Magufuli, is gone. We have Paul Kagame. We can see what he's doing. We have Akofa from Ghana.
From Ghana, yes.
You get the point?
Yeah, for sure.
And we have number 4, that guy from Ethiopia. I've been to Ethiopia.
Yeah,
I was in Ethiopia just last month.
Okay.
In Addis
Ababa.
Addis is trying, but you can see how the things is going in Ethiopia. People are fighting. But the point is, if we can get leaders whom their heart, their mind, their focus is about their people, we can transform Africa.
Yeah, what I was saying is that I'm with you, 100% behind you. What I was saying is that, you know, most of our leaders, they don't have a power as it looks like, that like he's a president. The end that is making decisions sometimes is not theirs. Because sometimes you can find out that all these leaders are bought. You understand?
Why?
It's a system. You want to campaign, they can give you the money for campaigning.
For example.
And then when you go to the power, you are the one, we control you. That's what is happening.
No, let me ask
Our economies are run by the European countries, like most of it, actually.
Let me ask you one question. There are any leader or there are any African who can scramble, okay? Scramble.
To scramble?
Yeah, scramble, like turning upside down the policy of French.
We need those kind of leaders that can come in.
That is why I mentioned those guys.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm with you. Okay, let's go to the. Thank you for the answer, brother.
Yeah.
Let's rush with.
Asante-san.
Asante-san, brother. Thank you for the answer. You said, as you heard him, he spoke about the leaders that he influenced him really to look and love Africa as well, and he started this show that we are in. So now, my brother, I want to ask you another question.
Yeah.
How do anyone join you on your project if she or he wants to be part of this movement?
Yeah, I think the way somebody can join us, first you have to have a spirit of Africa.
Okay.
Love Africa. One. Secondly, how you can support us. You can see this t-shirt.
Yeah, I can see, yeah.
We are selling t-shirt. And we are in the process of printing eyeglasses and shoes.
Okay.
So, because I know you work for that money, and I don't want to say, give me.
Yeah, for sure.
You get a point. At least you get something and you pay something. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Asante-san.
So now, as you heard everything. He's trying to make people understand what is really going on. And last question for my brother is about why South Africa? Why did you begin this project in South Africa? Out of all the countries in Africa, why you choose Africa, South Africa? Okay,
thank you very much. South Africa, I can call it, is a house of connection and networking. Because I'm from Tanzania, I'm in Tanzania.
Okay.
If I'm in Dar es Salaam, I'm in Mwanza, I'm in Arusha, I'm in Mbeya, it's not easy to meet with Senegal, Ghanaian, Nigerian, South African, Kenyan, Malawi, Burundi, Ivory Coast, Mali, Morocco, Tunis, Egypt at the same time, Ethiopian, also Somalian at the same time. But in South Africa, it's very easy to meet with those people.
Yeah.
And because what I'm trying to do It's not about me, it's not about my country, it's all about Africa. And you can meet with those people all at one time in South Africa. So I can say that South Africa is a house of connection,
Okay.
is a house of networking. But apart from that, I would like really to take this opportunity and thanks Baobab Studio, because
Yeah,
they are doing very well.
They're doing a very
And
good job.
because Baobab Studio, they're in a border kind of, I would like to take this opportunity, like, you know what, if you're from wherever you come from, you need a passport, let's say picture, photo, whatever. Baobab Studio, they can assist you. They are very wonderful people.
Yeah, they are very wonderful indeed.
You get a point?
Yeah, and I get a point. I understand.
Asante sana.
Yeah, I understand, brother. I think, I know. It was nice talking to you, man.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Asante sana, salute.
As you can hear, this is the end of our show. Thank you very much to all those who are watching our show. We are coming again. This is not the end of the road. I hope that if you can follow us, you can still find us. We are still going to talk about lot of interesting stories about Africa. We have to love Africa. We have to come together as Africans. One love.
Così si keleli Afrika, malu pagani su pondo lwayo, Israel mitanda zoyetu.